stop scrolling and take a look at our Whitman album. It has 5 parking spaces for 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollars, but there are 6 different coin identities trying to squeeze into them. One coin may be worth much more because of its rim, and another coin appears to be parked in the wrong opening. Let's find out together what we have. Now, I'm going to give you the answer right away. The extra GSID comes from the 1979 P opening, because that coin can have either a narrow rim or a wide rim. A GSID works like a Greysheet catalog number. It helps us match the exact coin or variety with the correct listing. Because I live with PTSD and a traumatic brain injury, keeping track of similar names, varieties, and numbers can sometimes be difficult for me. These GSID numbers help me stay organized, remember what I'm looking for, and avoid comparing my coin with the wrong references. I'm learning that the GSID itself doesn't make a coin valuable. It simply identifies the correct coin or variety. Here's a cool fact verified by the United States Mint. The Susan B. Anthony dollar was the first circulating United States coin to feature a real woman instead of a mythical figure. But because its size, color, and reeded edge made it look so much like a quarter, people frequently confused the two coins. And because of that, the new dollar struggled to gain public acceptance. Welcome to the Coin Cabinet. Today we're using our album, the Red Book, Greysheet, and microscope to understand every 1979 opening on this page. First is the 1979 P opening. The narrow rim is GSID 7971, while the wide rim is GSID 7972. The Philadelphia Mint produced 360,222,000 Susan B. Anthony dollars in 1979. That's a lot. The total includes both rim varieties. We do not have separate official mintage numbers for the narrow rim and wide rim varieties. Next is the 1979 D from Denver. Its identification number is GSID 7970, and its mintage was 288,015,744. The third opening is a regular 1979 S circulation strike. That coin is GSID 7973, with a mintage of 109,576,000. Even though it has an S mint mark, this is not one of the 2 proof varieties. Underneath are the 2 proof openings. The 1979 S proof type 1 is GSID 7975. The 1979 S proof type 2 is GSID 7976. A total of 3,677,175 Susan B. Anthony proof dollars were produced for 1979. And that number includes both varieties. We do not have separate official mintage totals for Type 1 and Type 2. The common 1979 P is the narrow rim, also called the far date. Its Greysheet number is GSID 7971. Notice the open space between the number 1 and the date and the bottom rim. The scarcer version is a wide rim, also called the near date. That one is GSID 7972. Its bottom rim is thicker and curves much closer to the number 1. We're not going to use this P mark to identify this variety. The important marker that we need to know is the amount of space between the date and the bottom rim. The 2027 Red Book explains why these 2 rim designs exist in the first place. During 1979, the front of the coin was modified to widen the border rim. Earlier 1979 P coins have the narrow rim. The later 1979 P coins can have the modified wide rim. This scarcer wide variety is a variety collectors are searching for. Under the scope we go. Let's see what this old coin knows. Okay, first I'm looking at the bottom rim. Then I'm checking the space underneath the number 1 right there. More open space points toward narrow rim GSID 7971. However, a thicker rim that comes close to the number 1 points toward the wide rim. That's GSID 7972. Keeping a reference picture beside my coin makes this comparison much easier. The wide rim carries a higher value because it's a scarcer variety, not because it has a higher GSID number. In MS63 state, this book lists the narrow rim at $2.60. The wide rim is $19. In MS66, the values increase to $24 and $70. The biggest difference appears in MS67. The narrow rim is listed at $50, while the wide rim is listed at $1,900. That doesn't mean every wide rim is worth $1,900. That amount is for professionally graded MS67 coins with no circulation wear and very few marks, guys. The Greysheet website shows a value range from about $16 up to $1,900, depending on the grade. Values can change as the market and price guides are updated. Greysheet displays the complete 1979P mintage of 360,222,000. But if you notice the asterisk here in the red book, that confirms the wide rim is included in that number. You got to remember though, it's not a separate wide rim mintage. I already knew the shiny coin on the left was a proof. What I didn't realize was that the coin sitting in the second proof opening also had an S mint mark. Once I took out both coins and looked closer, I could clearly see an S on each of them. But that raised another question. If they both have an S, does that mean they're both proof coins? And are they actually type 1 and type 2? That's where the coin surface and the shape of the S mint mark become important. San Francisco made both regular circulation strikes and special proof coins in 1979. The shiny coin has a mirror-like surface and a sharper appearance we expect from a proof. The other coin has a more normal surface and appears to be a regular 1979 S business strike. So, an S mint mark tells us where the coin was made, but the S alone doesn't prove that it's a proof coin. The album has two proof openings because there are two different 1979 S proof mint mark varieties. Type 1, that's called the filled S. Its GSID is 7975. The Type 2, that's called the clear S, and that's GSID 7976. Both are genuine proof coins, but the difference between them is the shape and appearance of the S mint mark. On the Type 1 filled S, the mint mark looks heavy and box-like. I'm learning that small openings may still be visible, so the filled S does not always mean completely solid. The most important clue is the thick area surrounding the S. On the Type 2 clear S, the letter has a cleaner and more rounded shape. Its openings are normally easier to see, without the same heavy box surrounding it. Okay, now let's identify the shiny proof here. Under the scope we go. Let's see what this old coin knows. I can see small openings inside RS, but I'm not going to judge it by those openings alone. When I look at the entire mint mark, I see that thick, box-like area surrounding the S. That appears to match the Type 1 filled S, GSID 7975. Because this is a raw coin and not professionally certified, I'm calling it a strong visual match rather than a guaranteed identification. So, the shiny proof appears to have been in the correct Type 1 opening all along. The surprise was discovering that the other coin also had an S mint mark. That coin appears to be a regular 1979 S business strike. That's GSID 7973, not a Type 2 proof. That means the second proof opening still needs the 1979 S proof Type 2. That's the clear S, GSID 7976. Maybe one of these days. In PF68, the Type 1 filled S is listed at $10, while the Type 2 clear S, that's valued at $32. In PF70, the Type 1 is listed at $55, while the Type 2 is $160. Those prices, they're for professionally graded proof coins. We shouldn't automatically assign one of those grades or values to our raw album coins. You gotta remember, the total 1979 S proof mintage was 3,677,175. That number includes both varieties. We don't have separate official mintage totals for Type 1 and Type 2. Our Type 1 filled S appears to be in the correct opening. The other coin appears to be another regular 1979S business strike. That's GSID 7973. So it doesn't belong in the Type 2 proof opening. That means the coin we still need is the 1979S proof Type 2 Clear S. That's GSID 7976. This Whitman album started with 5 openings and 6 possible GSID numbers. The microscope, that helped us identify a likely Type 1 filled S proof. It also helped us discover that a regular 1979S may have been sitting in the Type 2 proof opening all along. We're not professionals by no means. We're collectors learning together, and all raw coin identifications and values should be checked carefully. We love learning, and we love sharing what we learn with you guys. So thanks for watching the Coin Cabinet, and we'll see you in the next one.